Today at lunchtime, I made a short video. I have been making short videos for YouTube for about a month now, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy putting up YouTube Shorts. It's a 60-second clip that I could tell a concise joke within the parameters of that wouldn't make any sense if I made a longer video for it. And so at lunchtime today, I did what I have been doing, and I made a quick short on Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And I thought it was rather humorous. It was using the overused quip about, objection hearsay, which has popped up ad nauseum in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. And I know that there's been all sorts of people making the joke. I wanted to throw in my 2 cents, but to give my manic delivery and, put my spin on it. And I thought that would be fun to do on lunch break. Now, whenever I got done with lunch and had finished uploading the video and got back to work, I got a notification on my phone and I looked at it, and it was from YouTube Studio saying that, somebody commented on the video, and I looked, and it had been less than 60 seconds since that thing finally finished uploading out here with the slow signal strength, and it had already gotten 55 views. Now, it takes, on average, for all my YouTube shorts thus far, about 10 to 20 minutes for a good video that actually picks up and goes to get 50 views. The fact that it got 55 views in less than a minute made me wonder what the heck I did differently this time. And that's whenever finally, for the first time since I posted the video, I thought about the title, because I'm looking at it right there on the YouTube Studio app, and it says, and I quote, "I know how Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard is going to end." And I realized that's a really clickbait title, actually. That's misleading, because I make the joke in the end that I do know how it's going to end, and I've analyzed it and all of a sudden, but I'm not going to tell you because it would be hearsay. That's the punchline of the video, and that title, although that kind of plays into the joke, could definitely have been worded differently, because that just makes it sound like I'm about to give some kind of big expose, like I have insider information on the trial and the future proceedings, which made me even more concerned about the title, because that might be illegal for me to just up and say, hey, I know what's going to happen in this thing that's supposed to be kept private for the most part. And I knew that I had to change the title. But I couldn't figure out, how do I change the title so that it's not clickbait, because I'm not trying to deceive people, I'm trying to make a joke, but also not lose the point of the joke, which is I have a secret and I'm not going to tell you. And I sat there thinking about it for probably 10 seconds, instead of taking the time that I actually needed to seriously consider the title change and what I would need to do with it, and make sure 100% positive that I'm going to make a good title that accurately reflects the purpose of the video. And I know that there's probably not a whole lot of thought that needs to go into a short, but for this kind of subject matter, and for the way that I made the joke, I knew that something had to change. So I just changed the title to, I think I know how the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial is going to end. And I changed the title, I updated it, I made the adjustment, and then I thought about it even more. And I thought, well, making a declaration of fact is a weaker way of presenting information than to say that you think, and to say that you're kind of convinced, to say you believe something to be fact, because everybody has an opinion, everybody thinks something, everybody believes something. That doesn't mean that what you believe is worth listening to or worth watching in a 60-second YouTube short. So I made the adjustment to the title, but then immediately started changing it again, because I think is not as strong as I know. So I sat there again, trying to figure out what I would change the title to. And so I thought, well, what if I make the declaration in the beginning of the title, but then at the very end, I put a little ... or lips, or whatever it's called, and then say, I think. So I'll name it, I know how the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial is going to end, ... I think. Okay, well, then again, I made the edit. I went ahead and made the title, and about 45 seconds went by. I started thinking about that title again. I said, there's got to be a better way to phrase that. I'll leave it alone for now, and I'll see what happens with it. By that point, the video had 75 views and had accumulated, I want to say, about 108 impressions on YouTube, according to the analytics app. So I waited for about an hour before I checked it again. And whenever I checked it again, I had 78 views and 108 impressions. And then I realized what I had done. See, whenever you post a video on YouTube, and this is something I've gotten from several different sources on Google directly related to YouTube, so I know this has to be correct. Not only based on my experience, but also because the people whose job it is to know this say it is true. Whenever you post a video, YouTube's system analyzes the video that you posted for keywords that could be searched in the search bar. And that is how it associates your video so that you can have impressions built on the search terms that are available in your YouTube video. And every time you change the title or change the tags or change the genre, YouTube has to reanalyze the video and reascribe new keywords to the video for the search bar's purposes. And by changing it over and over and over again like I did, instead of just coming up with the good title beforehand and leaving it at that, something that wasn't clickbait and presented the joke as I wanted it to be presented, I had absolutely stomped the brake pedal on YouTube pushing the video. And it's very sad because as fast as it took off, it had to be the result of it being clickbait, which I'm sorry for. I did not mean to be deceptive in how I presented the video. I just wanted to be funny. But regardless, that video did not get any more views for a very long time. Right now, it's been about 6 hours since I posted that video, and it has about 300-ish views now, but the impressions are still below 150 because YouTube said, well, Sonny, if you just gonna keep on changing the title and changing up the keywords on me, I'm not gonna tell anybody about your video. That's what happened. And it's doubly sad, doubly painful, because if I had just come up with a good title for it and left it alone, I could still be getting some good impressions suggested based on that video, and the viewership might be higher. People might be more able to see the video. It might pop up in more people's feeds, and more people would think that I'm funny. And that's really, it's a painful thing to look at in hindsight. Like, I messed it up royally. If I would have done it right to begin with and thought about it for more than 10 seconds. But make my bed, I gotta lie in it. So, with that being said, going forward, I'm going to have to think about the title. And given the fact that I put very little thought of the shorts that I make, the amount of time that I spent thinking about the title will probably outweigh vastly the amount of time that I actually in this track. Now with that being said, I'm going to go home. Bye.